stream started. Hello Mew, hope you're doing good. Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello. 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 How you doing, Mundo? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hi. Hello. Hello, hello. Hi. Hello. Hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? Hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? Everything good? I hope. Right? Hello, hello. 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 Doing good? Okay. Nice to hear that. Yeah. Nice to know. Yes. Okay, so it is a little story about what happened on Sunday. Basically, I was selected to be voting station president. That is the one who is basically be in charge, right? So, from the start there were like red flags here and there, especially on the like time leading up to it. Basically, what happened was that on the orientation and training that they were like giving the people who were to participate, I noticed that everyone had like a number, right? That corresponded to the station they were going to man, basically. But while everyone else seems to be like finding people they will be like working with on their station, I couldn't find a single person that belonged to my station on any of the simulacrum, right? So I was actually like worried that there was like no one else assigned to the station I was working on. So on the day, mind you, I had to carry a bunch of materials to put the station together because apparently I was in charge of everything, right? All the like the ballots and all that stuff, right? So I arrived to the sign like voting station, right? There was only another woman right there, like waiting, right? But it was like close the building where we're supposed to set up, right? So I arrived, right, with the stuff. I immediately like knock on the door and try to like ring the bell and everything to get everything started. Mind you, I literally arrived like 10 minutes before the agreed time, right? So I was very confused. So I sent a message to the handler that was supposed to be helping us, right? This handler obviously is handling a bunch of sessions, not just mine. But I was like, hey, the station is closed, right? So I was knocking like for 2 or 3 minutes straight. And then eventually someone opened, right? We went in and the person that opened told us, hey, I was not told anything. I don't know what you need. I don't know the kind of area you need. They basically just asked for permission to use the building and nothing else. They didn't tell us if you needed chairs or anything like that. And I was like, oh fuck, lovely. So I told her, hey, I need this, this, and this. Let me see the area where we're going to set up, right? So I went there, I checked the area, and I see the area is basically like a kindergarten? No, we're not. Like a place where people babysit children, right? And it was full of stuff, toys, chairs, tables, right? It had not been prepared. It had not been cleared. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, so I moved everything, the stuff to the area, and I told the one in charge, okay, I'm going to need at least 2 tables, a bunch of chairs, and for now, let's start with that, right? So the person gave us the stuff, and I turned to the woman that was like with me at the start and asked her, hey, you are from this station, right? She said, yeah. Then I asked to see like her certification, her little paper saying that she belongs here. So I check. You see, the station was to be manned in a very particular way. There is first the president, right? Then there is the secretary 1. Then there is a secretary 2. Then there is like a helper 1, helper 2, helper 3. Then we have like what to call them, auxiliary people that are basically there just in case someone is missing, right? We have like 3 of them. From this particular set of people that were supposed to be manning the station, there was me, right? The President 1 didn't show up. President 2 was the woman I just talked about, right? Helper 2 didn't show up. Helper 1 didn't show up. Helper 3 didn't show up. Auxiliary 1 didn't show up. Auxiliary 2 didn't show up. And Auxiliary 3 didn't show up. So we were 2 people for a station that was meant to be manned by about 8 people. So I was like, oh, this may be bad, right? So I was like, what do I hear? So I decided to wait, right? Because according to the training we got, we need to wait until a certain time to everyone to show up, right? In the meanwhile, I talked to the secretary to see if we could clear the area, right? Because we need to move the chairs, the table, the playground, all the toys and everything, right? So we can set up. So I asked the person in charge of the place where we can move all this stuff, right? So we start like dismantling stuff and setting them aside, right? Into like a storage room. While we're doing that, I'm like waiting for people to show up. But no one shows up. right? So there is 15 minutes left for us to open the voting session, and there is no one there, just us two, right? So I call the handler and tell her, hey, there is this problem, right? And she says, okay, give me a moment, I will see if I can send someone your way, right? So I wait. In the meanwhile, we start setting stuff up. And eventually, 2 people show up. Turns out, one is an auxiliary 2, right? And the other one is the auxiliary 3. I asked them, hey, what do you know what to do? Because, mind you, if there was someone missing in the chain of command, like we have currently, right? Basically, the one person below goes up a level, right? So, Secretary 2 becomes Secretary 1, Helper 3 becomes Helper 2, etc., right? But I need to know, what do they know what to do, right? They tell me, hey, neither of us assisted to any of the training, so we don't know shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. Lovely. So I tell them, hey, help us put the station together. Meanwhile, right? So we put on the station together, right? We set everything up. And I have to be constantly leading everyone to what to do because they have not been trained. Okay, fine. We put the station together 50 minutes late, right? After 50 minutes after the time we're supposed to open the station, we finally finish putting it together, right? But there is an issue. Because we didn't have enough people, that means the secretary that was supposed to be checking the ballots to see that there is nothing missing, to make sure no one has stolen any ballots, she has not had the time to check that. So I tell her, hey, let's check that right now. Let's put all the ballots on the table and we will count them one by one to make sure there is no ballot missing. Right? So we start counting. And we redo the counting 2 or 3 times. By the time we confirm everything is okay, it's been 45 minutes since the station should be open. Fine, we finish. And I tell them what we're going to do. Luckily, I was prepared for this particular case, because what I did is because they give us this booklet telling us what everyone should be doing, right? In detail from beginning to end for the whole voting period, right? So what I did is that I took that booklet and basically broke it down between roles and write down what everyone should be doing in easy steps. 1, build this. 2, build that. 3, write this. 4, count that. 6, do this. Right? So I had these steps broken down for each role. Right? So I told them, hey, you are going to be Secretary 1, you are going to be Secretary 2, and you are going to be our helper, right? Here is basically a cheating form saying everything you need to do, right? What to do, blah, blah, blah. If you have any doubts, come to me, right? So I had like each people fulfilling at least 2 roles. Basically, secretary 2 became secretary 1, right? Right here, it became secretary 1. And one of the auxiliaries became secretary 2. And they also double as the helper 1. And auxiliary 3 became the auxiliary 1 and 2, right? That seems like more like manageable, right? Is more manned, right? So we were working like that. The handler shows up, right, saying, hey, I'm going to bring you like a breakfast because I know we're in a kind of shitty situation, right? So I'm going to do that for you, right? So she shows up with a breakfast, just some sandwiches and yogurt and the like, right? So we are talking to her because there is like no people in this station. There is no one trying to vote or anything. And we're talking, and one thing I noticed when the 2 people that came to help us arrived, and I checked their papers saying they are like the ones who help, is that one of them doesn't belong to this station. It was from a different one, right? So we're talking to her, and she's like, hey, can you show me your papers, right? I give him mine, everyone gives them their paper, and then she notices, wait, you auxiliary 1, basically this guy right here, the one that is basically knows the less of the bunch, right? He says, you are not supposed to be here. And the auxiliary says, what? They told me to come here. They gave me this exact address. And she says, hold on, let me make a call. So she starts like phoning people. And as she's speaking, I realize something. We are not the only like station in trouble. From what she said on the phone, apparently every single station is missing people. And there is even one where absolutely no one showed up. There is a station that cannot open because there is no people to man it. And there is already people lining up to vote in that particular station. So I like came to realize like how big of a screw up it was. It's like seriously bad. She finishes her call and she goes, okay, you are not supposed to be here. You are supposed to be on the station blah blah blah, right? You need to go there. They need you. And I'm like, but I need her too. And she's like, I'm sorry. I need to take her there. So now we are missing a person, which is lovely, right? So we went from having 4 people to only having 3, right? So I said, okay, one of you, I need you on the door. You are going to guide people in. Yeah, everybody in station was understaffed. I need you at the door, right? Guide them in. If anyone has doubts, goes straight to me, right? So the voting begins. People start arriving. I have to check IDs. Check is the person located on the list, right? There is a list for voting. My secretary, in the meanwhile, does the thing where they mark your thumb that you voted. I need to grab the ballots. There are 6 ballots, 6 of them, right? So I need to grab all 6, hand it over, tell the person, hey, do you know how to vote? Because this particular election is different from the others, right? If the person says yes, I need to tell them how to vote, explain the ballots, who you are voting, why, how to vote, etc., right? And then give them a pen, guide them to where they need to perform the vote, tell them to put the votes in the urn. Meanwhile, I need to keep an eye on everyone in the location to make sure no one is causing trouble. Vote. Yeah, this is a sinking ship, apparently. So, I need to do that, continuously. Say, hey, give me your ID. Let me check, look for you, give you the ballots, make the mark, explain how to, if they want to. Then keep an eye on everyone as they vote, etc., right? I'm doing the job of 3 people, basically. My secretary is performing the job of 2. The other guy that I put at the door is doing the work of 3 people also. Lucky for us, apparently no one cared about these elections, so there were not much people in the station, and it was basically manageable. The only issue is that because I had to be the one constantly interacting with people, and I'm not built for that. I have social anxiety. It was heavy for me to have to be the people at the front handling everything, and I had to do that for 12 hours straight. At the end of the voting, we had to handle the urn, mark everything according to whatever is required, dismantle the voting station, put everything back the way it was, because I'm not going to leave everything messy when they let us borrow the building. And then I was okay, finally, we're done, right? Not quite, because I need to deliver the voting ballots, right? And I need to hand it over to the handler, right? And I need to do it in the presence of designated witnesses. And the fucking handler is not showing up. I give them a call, didn't respond. I waited a little bit more. I told everyone else, hey, you can go. I will handle this. So I was there, waiting for the handler to show up for another hour and a half after the station closed. And then I delivered the ballots. And finally I could go home around 9 p.m. Mind you, I started handling the station since 7 a.m. basically. So over 12 hours, around 14 hours. And you might be asking, what did you get for this, right? Well, my payment was a shitty sandwich, an apple, a bottle of water, a little bottle of yogurt, 3 slices of pizza, and about $25 for 14 hours of work, working the job of 3 people. And that's it. Oh, and a little paper saying that I participated in the elections. And that's it. Yes. It was a pain in the ass. My body was like in pain after the elections. I literally lay down and my muscles were like screaming at me that they needed to rest. Yeah. So I went to sleep. I woke up. I was still like extremely beaten, right? On Monday. So I had to take the day off. Yeah. And that was my day at the elections. Yeah. The only one thing that I guess it was a good thing, the lady that was with me at the voting station turns out is a tailor, right? And apparently she does cosplay. Yeah, and dresses. And like wedding dresses and that kind of stuff. Which is really good to know. And apparently her prices are pretty good. Yeah. In my opinion, a little bit too cheap for the quality she offers. So I might actually call her if I ever want to cosplay. Yeah. And that was it. Ain't that lovely? Yes. That's it. So how about we begin the game development? Mint.
Stream started. Hello,
Stream
Mew.
started.
Hungry face emoji, waving hand emoji, heart emoji. Hope you're doing good. Hello, boat.
Hello, boat. It was stressful. Yeah. Quite stressful. I would have refused at the start if it wasn't because I was extremely curious about what the experience would be like. And I would say I kind of regret it. Yeah. But then again, I was very curious. Yes. I wonder why they chose me as the president for the station. It was not like something like I believe I was like qualified to doing. Yeah. Okay, if I had to work for free, I would have asked it. Yeah, the issue is that I was not like working for necessity or something of that kind of sort. I was doing it out of interest, right? So I don't know. Whenever I'm like interested, I will not like half-ass it. Yeah. But if I like lose interest and I'm like forced to keep going, I will start lagging for sure. Yeah. Okay, so today I want to fix the start and that kind of stuff. Basically, currently the new game option, it kind of works, but it doesn't really like give you a menu, right? It doesn't show you like file selection or anything of the sort, right? Which is a bit of an issue. And I believe we need to make a better like option menu, because this is very like simple, right? Currently we only have like 4 slots for saving, right? Which is a bit of an issue, in my opinion. Even if you delete it, there is like no sign that there is information there or not, right? Which is a bit of a problem. So that's something I want to fix currently. So new game needs a file selection. Continue needs to show a bit more information, so we know if there is like data already or not. Yeah. So let's take care of that. So let's see. First, I suppose is supposed to do the main object right here. Generic menus. Game menu. Okay, so currently we're doing this. We have the menu right there, right? And we have the like basic premise. On the step we're checking for the enter and selecting the menu item depending on whatever we are like set right here, and we go straight to the start of the game right here. Here we change to continue, here we just end the game, and this is for the dev tools. Okay. Okay. How do we do this? Should I like make a set amount of save files, or should I make it so you can create as many as you want? Is the question here. What do you guys think? Modular is easier if it's going to be future changes. That is indeed true. So I can maybe just duplicate this one, right? And call this object new game, right? So we can make any changes right there. So we will have like the files, right? So this would be a new kind of menu. New, well, actually, I already have the thingy right there. So this is menu new, right? So we are on new game. Now I need to create the image of the save file, I suppose. So I need to check how many save files are there. Yeah. Let me check the continue. So on the continue, we select the save file according to the name of the variable. Okay. And it's a number. How are we doing this? In save is not create. We set the large room. Secure save. We save that. Let me check the manual to see how does this work. Okay. Let's see. I need to check if the file exists. Function will return to it if the case is perfectly created is map and false it does not. Okay, not what I want. Secure load. I'm created from the loaded data the map and the storage variable for each of functions. There is like no way to check if a file exists. There really no way to check if a file exists. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I found something that could work. Hmm. I don't know if this actually works. Okay, so let's see. This is going to be a bit weird, but let me check. So switch map menu, auto map. That's a different function that I don't really need. Okay, so we have this like function right here, right? Basically what it does is look for a specific file, right? Over here we're doing the delete and we are setting the save file we want, right? So here on load game it checks for this. This checks if files exist. I see. I can actually just use this. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's use an index actually. Index equals to 0, right? And we have a file name that we will be using, right? So here instead of this I will say, hey, if this file exists for this file name, right, then we can do this, right? We set the file name in files and we don't need to check next. I just need to alter the index, right? So we can check. I don't need this. And I believe I have a function to pad numbers. So let's see, I could say pad with zeros, right? Wow, I really didn't set this correctly. Del argument 0 for argument 0. Strength length 0 minus argument 1. Delete. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Why did I type this like that? Yeah, basically I'm trying to populate like the save and load menu. What the fuck did I... Right here. Let me see how it works. Maybe that will tell me more. I'm saying map X and an amount that needs to be okay. So it has to be like this then. Okay, so this is the number. And the string size, right? So argument 0 is just the number. And string size is argument 1. Like that. That's way more readable. Okay. So I'm going to use this path0 function right here. Basically, I will say, hey, path this index with zeros until we have a string of size 2, right? That will be the file now. Not quite. We need the prefix file right here, right? So it will be file plus the padding. Actually, I don't need to transform to a string because it returns a string. Okay. So that gives us the name of the file, right? And we will grab all the files until we find them all, right? Now that we have the files, we need to this is not useful anymore. So I will remove this, right? Because the next menu we are going to create is going to be basically using this one right here. Okay, so we are on the UI. We are on the menu continue. Here we are generating the menu using the make menu function. Okay, main menu uses the menu item step. I suppose that's the distance between items. Align to top and left. Then we make it. Hello, Sammy. Welcome, welcome. Right, then we check if we press up and down to change the cursor position. This sets the cursor in the correct location. I think I need to make a new thingy right here. Yeah, I think I need to make a new one. You had appointment? Really? I don't remember making an appointment for you. Oh, with doctors. You suddenly come here saying, "Hello, I have an appointment." Yeah. Wow. Okay, let's make a file menu then. So I'm going to grab this, and I suppose I will copy it. Let's call this file menu, and we will receive the files. We don't need the step right here. Currently, I suppose that's good enough. Lambo. Okay, so let's see. It's going to be an interesting one. Okay, so first I want to make like, how do we make it? Do we make it like a square at the center with information and with others on the sides, like this? Right? And we allow you to switch to right or left? Or do I make it like vertical, where we have like a bunch of like files like this, and we change going up and down? Which one do you think would be nice? Wait, what? What do you mean? Tongue twister? I don't think I can even read that. I really, because I want to wait and be friends with spam. Let's see. I think vertical shift list is the most common. Okay, so let's do it like this. I will draw 3, right? So we will have the save file that is not selected. That is the top save file, right? Then we will have the middle, that is the selected, right? And then we will have a bottom file that is also not selected, right? Right? So let's see. I want to do the middle first. Yeah, only 3 gets displayed, but you can see the rest. Like, I will have like the list rotate, basically. Yeah. Let me make like selected variable. I suppose it's necessary. Actually, I can just use the cursor. I don't need to like handle that. Okay. So we're going to make a square, right? So let's see. We have like a screen, right? So if I want to make like this selected right on the center right here, I need to take into account the distance right here and the one on top, and I need to double it to make the gaps on the other sides, right? So for that, I'm going to make, I suppose, let's start with the background, right? We need to draw a rectangle. Wow, today my like voice is like not pronouncing it correctly. Egg. So we have from a top to a location, right? So we have an X and a Y. And then we have X and Y again. And the outline it is for this one right here. I see. Okay. So we're going to have a 1 and 2, right? Like this. Okay. We have a 1, we have a 2. Okay. Let's see. So we have to set it like center, right? So the center of the screen should be half the room in, right? Okay, let me think. So we have the screen like this, right? If I want it to be like this size, I need to grab it for like 25%, right? And on the vertical, it has to be a third. Okay. So I could say the position on X has to be room width over 4, right? And this has to be room height over 3. That's the start, right? And the end location has to be this, but I can actually say that one. Supercalifractil. Never mind. I cannot say that. 3 times. Supercalifractilicto. I cannot say it. No, wait. I used to be able to say it. And the room height should be times 2, I believe. Yeah. So that should be creating like our menu correctly. Supercalifractilisticexpialidioso. I don't have no idea. No idea. Okay, so let's test this to begin with. So I'm going to set this as comment. Okay, I will replace over here the make menu right here. I will change this one for the make file menu, and I will simply pass the files. So in theory, that should show me the files, right? When I go to the continue. Well, that's at least it's showing me one, for sure. Not what I wanted, but it's showing. Yeah. Maybe because I make this new game. Well, it shouldn't like affect anything. That's weird. Hold on, let me just cover this. Just to make sure we are like... Yeah, it was that in particular. Weird. Huh. There we go. Now it makes sense. Okay. Hold up. It's working. We just need to refine it a little bit. Let's see. Let's grab this color that is the one I'm using. And we will just set it here for the draw. Yeah. You're gonna go play there. Okay. Good luck. Good luck, good luck. Thank you for coming to the stream. See you later. Okay. So this should change the color and the
Value.
okay, bye. This should give us the thingy. I didn't know it was like that. Bye bye, see you later. I'm going to also use this to make the outline over here. So this is the outline also. I just need to change these values. Y1. And this is X2 and Y2. Like that. That should give us like the outline, right? That generates or like a square, the color we want, right? So let's see. How does that look? Let's see. Nice. That's better, right? So now what I'm going to do is give the thing name, I suppose. Actually, let me move this. I have an idea. Function. Make a rectangle. Make rect. Let's leave it like that. And I will just take a vector 1, a vector 2, and an offset. And maybe a scale. So I will set this to 1. Right? And what I'm going to do is just grab this we have right here, and I will just place it here. Right? And vect 1 is going to be actually I can just move these ones, right? Actually I don't need this, just the offset. I'm thinking, hold on, I'm trying to rewrite this in my brain that is in a way that makes sense. Let's start with this. Yeah, because if I try to figure out everything on the one go, it's not going to like play nice with my brain. So let's start with this. Okay, so we have an offset, right? This is going to be basically vector 2, and it's going to be added to the location of the rectangle, like this. It will be like a straight up offset, like that. Right, that will allow me to move the rectangle up and down. I want to change the alpha also, so let's make that like controllable. Okay. Okay, so now I can make the rect right here. I can say I want an offset of 0. And that should be good enough, right? Like this. And then I can say, hey, I want for both 1. We now an offset of a new vector 2. where the offset is going to be just on the vertical, so that would be 0, room height over 3 times 1.5, right? To make like the offset better. And the top one should be the same, but I will, instead of adding, I will just make it negative. Right? So that should give us like 3 different files, right? And I will make this 0.25, right, on the alpha for both sides. And I want to shrink it by 25%, so I will put this on 0.75, like that, right? I will figure out how to handle the scale later. For now, I want to make sure it actually looks correct, right? Let's see. That looks actually nice. Yeah, I like it. The only issue is that this 25 is wrong. I suppose I was meant to set it at 75, like that, to make it more transparent instead of more solid. Okay, now I want to write on them, right? So will be draw underscore text, right? So I want a location and a string. Let's see. The text would be the name of the file, right? So it would be bar underscore text equals to underscore files on position cursor. And the position, let's put it on the center of the screen for now. So room width over 2 and room height over 2. Right, for now, like that. What was the function to check the size of an array? Array score size length. There we go. So I will grab the length. Bar array bar underscore size equals to this if our size is equal to 0, we will just draw the text. There are no save files. Right, just to show that. And then we return to avoid running the rest of the code, right? So if there is more than one, let's see, the top one should not show up if the cursor is at 0, right? Because we are at the top of the list, right? If the cursor is 0, that means we are as far as up as it goes, right? And if the cursor is the size -1, then we are at the bottom, so we don't show the one on top, right? So it should be a size -1, right? That's why we show the top or the bottom, depending on whatever it is. Okay, now let's give it a test run just to make sure it works. Ow! Whoops! That's interesting. Apparently there are no files, which is weird because I know there is at least one. I'm passing the files right there. Right there. Let me check the index actually. Oh wait, maybe it's because there is no file 0. Now that I think about it, there is no file 0. Oh, maybe that's why. Hold on. If I start with the index on 1, maybe that will get fixed. Huh? Wait, did I loop the damn thing? What happened there? Huh? Wait. Oh, it seems. Huh. Hello, welcome. Welcome, Ninja.
So you're making a game? Also hi, new sub.
Yes, I'm making a game. Indeed. I am making a game. And index is under 100. I'm going to put a limit to this loop so I don't make a mistake. Let's see. Maybe that will fix it. There we go. And wow. Out of range apparently. And draw event objection variable index -1. I see. that should work. And okay, maybe that will fix it. I'm trying to fix my continue menu, and I'm failing spectacularly. Variable index out of range. X equals files cursor. I see. I see. So this is complaining because the cursor is negative. I see, I see. Actually, I can fix that fairly easily. I will just put a little detection if cursor is under 0. We set cursor to 0 just to make sure it's not causing issues. Just a little patch. Yeah. There we go. Now we have the save files working. An ambulance passing by. Okay, that's working nice. Now let me see if I can steal some code from another function. This one, the one that is handling like the movement of the cursor. Right here. Right? So let me see. I will set that on step, right? But I create a function over here. Let's call this function handle cursor, right? And we are using this. Here using item count. So let's call this item count. Right, so we can actually handle that. And this I will place probably over here actually. Handle item cursor. Let's set it to the size of the files, right? Because that's what we're using for that. I see, that should allow us to move between files. So I should, there we go. It's not like working perfectly, but it's functional, I suppose. Yeah. Yes. The one thing I don't like is the fact that apparently there is 1,000,001 like files, which that should not be the case. Yeah, there is something off there. File name. File name. Oh, it's because I never update the file name. I see. So that's the issue. Like this. I need to update the file name. And I will probably need to make this like an actual variable. and substitute this one right here, like that. So that makes like more sense. And I can place this over here. Like that. And now that should solve our issue with the too many file names, and it crashed. Lovely, because I forgot to remove this. There we go. There we go. Now we have the files. Apparently there is 5 files for some reason. Yeah. Nice. Now it's working. Okay, now what I want to do is fix a little something here on the file menu. I need to maybe reach other files present in the project. Maybe I need to check. I need to fix the make react function because there is an issue. Mainly that I need to change the alpha back to the value it should be. So I believe I set it to 1 to fix it, or 0. I don't remember. We will see. There we go. Now the file name is like quite nice. And now we need to just fix the location of the text. So I will be moving the text a little bit here. Instead of doing these coordinates, right, I'm going to grab this like top left corner, right, with its offset. Let's place it right here, right, and I will add a little value to this. So we have the position, and let's add, how about 16 pixels, right, 16 pixels for the text to be displayed. So that should fix that. We do need to check the folders to see how many files are there. Let me check. Where do you check? Where do you check? Let me Google this. Game maker file underscore exist folder location. Where are they saved? I need a... Wait. Where do they store that? Maybe actually I can check the folder. I have a folder where I'm saving screenshots, so maybe it's nearby. Let me just check real quick. Not this. Not that. Not this. Where did I put the screenshot folder? Maybe it's on the area where the maps. Yeah, here. And yeah, here we have the save files. There are actually 5 save files. Yeah. Just not like named the exact same as is showing on the menu within the game, which is a bit weirder. Now would you crash? Interesting. Why did you crash? Because offset is not defined. Oh. Because offset... I'm giving it right here. Yeah. Well, offset is 0 either way, so I can just remove this. Sammy, welcome back. Long time no see. Let's see. Now it's just showing the two. Interesting. Huh. Actual save files, there is only 2, apparently. And it works. Huh. Wow. Nice. That's unexpected. What do you think? Is this good enough? Should I make this an animation, maybe? Yeah, the area needs to, like, improve a little bit. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I think would be good if I showed like the hearts in the current game, right, on the file selected. How do I do that? Save and load. Patterns, this map, find value. There is a player HP. Actually, maybe I can just abuse this. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe I can make like a specific function for the files. Function load file. And I can just remove the thing that runs the game, basically. Right? Just so I don't forget, what is this here? So I can simply say our name right here. I don't need this right here, right? Because we do know it actually is there. Not that. I need file name. Actually, I could just set it. There is like no reason why I shouldn't. I could just say right here, like that, right? And then that can load right there. So I can now, let me rename this. Like that. There is like lots of ambulances going by today for some reason. Okay, so I don't want to like cycle this, so maybe I will simply say if we have like the files here, would that be too heavy? I wonder if I just say load the file. I wonder. And then I can just say, hey, I want you to draw me the HP of the player currently, right? So I need to load info for the player. Would be that too heavy? I wonder. And let's set this to 32 just to avoid issues. Would that be too much? I wonder. Yep, it is too much. So instead of doing it like this, I need to make it a little bit different then. Okay. So the game objects for the game manager must be controller the save data. So we have a save data somewhere here. Save file. The file is file 1, which should be file 0. The data is map grid right here. Okay, so let me do something a little bit silly. When I like create like the file, right? I can create like a file data, right? And just say, once you have like the file name, right? I want you to grab the data, right? And then I want to load the file. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need the game manager. The save file is just this one right here. I can ignore that. Actually, I can just grab this. I don't need the rest. So I could just say underscore save data equals this. Just grab the file as it is. Right? And then I have the file right there. Here we have the load info that does this. It just searches for a specific key. I can maybe upgrade this. I could just say comma underscore save data equals to this one, right? By default. So I can use it as it is. And I can just grab the load info like this. And just call underscore info is going to be grab the info from a player HP, was it? Player match HP. Give me player match HP. The default is 12. And the data is from this. That way we get the value we want, right? Player max HP. Actually, let me move this. Let me move this aside because I believe I need it. And we have this information right here, right? So I will create data. And this is going to be max HP is going to be equal to player max HP. And then I will put the data into the array for the file data, right? That way I can grab whatever information I want from the files and execute it only once. And then I can say over here on the menu, instead of doing this, I can just say, hey, the score HP is going to be file data on the cursor dot max HP, like that, right? And that should like save us, like loading too many times the save files. And it crashed. Lovely. Invalid argument. Point value, save data key. Is this what is breaking here? It should be working. We create it, we load the information. Oh, I need to destroy it also. Is underscore map. Destroy. Insert data after we use it. I believe that should work in theory. It doesn't work. Invalid reference to this map. Invalid reference to this map. What you're trying to say? Basically, the issue here is that it's not like loading correctly.
Yo.
Yo. Hello. That crashed. Lovely. Why are you being difficult? Someone told the bus driver that an accident happened and the road was closed. We took a long detour only to see that the road was open. Wow, that's awful. That's really, really awful. Indeed. Why is this not like allowing me to do what I want to do? Why is this not working? Why are you being so difficult? Okay, how about I do it like this? I will have the save data as an existing like thing, right? The save data will be there, right? So I don't need this. So the save data always exists. So I'm going to transfer into that. Before I need to this underscore clear. This map clear. Save data before we start, right? We clear it, I load it, and then we use this that is like permanent right there, and that should like bypass the issues, right? Invalid reference to this map. Requested to max 63. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. What is not letting me load the information? You just saw the thing story I showed about lore? Ah, the one that just appeared? Yeah. I believe it actually published a different one a little bit ago. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, I have an idea. Okay. I get it. Okay, hold on. I think I got it. Hold it. I think I got it. That must be the issue. Hold on. Yep. I'm completely wrong. Ah! Why are you being so difficult? Okay, the exist destroys, clears, copy, replace. No, that's not what I want. Add, replace, delete, empty, first, last, next, previous. Find value keys, map set, right. Why is this being so difficult? I don't get it. Why are you being so difficult? You are connected the dots? That would be interesting. I would like to see your theories. So it's basically like deleting the save data I created for some reason. Because this is filing right here. Failing. How about if I just copy this for now? Invalid reference this mat requested max -3. Why are you saying? Why are you telling me it doesn't exist? That's weird. Find value 1, this man requested max is 3. It's giving me the exact same error. I don't know what it means. It depends for continuing, Argument 1 is invalid. But it's not. The fuck? I just created the map. I created it. I load it. I check for a value. And then I try to destroy it. Why are you complaining? Okay, let's do some debugging. This is so annoying. Why are you complaining? Okay. So, first, we are right here. We have say data that has no value, right? We are creating something. Next step, our set data has a value right there, this mark 1, right? That is the one that just created. We are loading information from file 1. Okay, next, we are here. We don't have the information for HP. Say data says that is. Why is say data 2 suddenly? The fuck? Okay. We move on. The say data is 2, okay. We destroy that. We move on. The HP is set. We load it. Right? We go over there. We add it to the array. We increase our index. We go back. We check this. We have the file name 1. We overwrite file name 1 to file name 2. We grab the save from L2. We create a new this map. Right now we have this map too. We load. Oh, this one is -1 for some reason. I don't know why. Then we try to go in here, but the save data is negative. So then we fail. Oh, so basically this load is screwing me over. I see. The documentation never actually says if it fails to load, it will return a -1. That's the issue. So that's the issue. I see. So on the load, we are getting screwed over. So let's see. If our save data is not -1, we do this. So I can actually delete this and use this one. That is a little bit more like very structured. Okay, so that should like help. In theory. Let's see. And it crashed. Again. What? Hold on. What's happening now? Okay, let's see. So we are right here. We have the value on 1. So it should go in, right? We grab the information from the value. We get rid of that. We continue, we save it, right? Then we go back up. We grab the next file name, save to, right? Then we go into the Mac create. We load the file, right? This gives us a -1. Because it's a -1, we skip, we destroy, and we have a crash right there. Lovely, I see. Interesting. So I need to move this in here apparently for some reason. Okay. I really hate the way GameMaker handles the save files. It's so not intuitive. Load file, blah blah blah, no set for it. Load file. 5 minutes. Load file. No set for it. Where here? Oh, this one right here. Probably because I deleted the function. Okay. There we go. That should work now. I think the person referred on the first lore message was a good chance to bring the relic the demon was still inside. Adjusted the grave still green's face in a cool manner. The grave still greens would probably still people strongly throw hands. That's one way of thinking about it. Yeah. Interesting. So this is working correctly, I believe. So if I choose file 2, we are in here, right? So I can grab that. Actually, I can just go back to the start real quick. Okay, we can grab... Oh, that really teleported me away. Wow. Now I'm lost. Lovely. Hmm. Okay, I think I know where I am. So I need to go down and to the right. Not here, down here. There we go. It's so easy to get lost. I'm going to grab a bunch of hearts so I can change the match HP, right? We have a different match HP, so I can now save, right? And go back to the main menu. And they continue, we can see nothing changed. For file 2, file 1, we can kill this. Okay, let me just go all the way back. Ah. Okay. Okay. Almost there. Ah. We go over here. I can clear this. Almost there. Wow, now the game feels way bigger. Now we save. I will make sure by loading. Right, so we go to the main menu, continue. And nothing changed. That's an issue. Yeah, because the HP is actually being saved. It's just that the match HP is like not like being correctly set for some reason. Weird. Very weird. Huh. Okay. So let's see. Let me do another run just to check what's happening with the HP exactly. Okay. Okay, so let's remove that. So we are right here, right? We are loading. Information not set yet. And then it becomes 12, right? So it returned the default value. Okay, so we go back. We are We skip that one. Okay, let me replay this. And this time I will check inside. Ah. Okay. So this is F11, okay. So we are here, right? So we go in there. Let's see. The save data is 2. Match HP. Okay. We try to grab the match HP. And we return 12. Okay, so it actually has that value. Interesting. Because it's not returning default. Huh. And here on the second data is -1, so we just keep all together. And this already has a value because it was not clear. Huh. Okay. So it's actually loading the saves 1 value for some reason. But this is way bigger. That's weird. Is the value for the player not being like updated or something? It is. Huh. That's weird. Hold on. What's happening here? Underscore player. Okay. That's something else. Here we have the data. Set data. Okay, so we are grabbing from variables. And we have the max HP right there, okay. And then we have the low data. We are using this. Okay. Right, low data, where you're coming from. We're using this, using the key. So we are not actually using this. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so I suppose this actually means nothing. Huh. Okay. Now I'm confused. So if I want the player data, I just need to do load data. And I just need the key, so it would be the file name. plus underscore player, I believe. It was the way I did it. So I just need to say this, and then we have all the data for the player. Apparently. And I just say like this. Okay. So I'm setting the information like that. In theory, that should work. In theory. The phone data, return data. Something the data not set for any. What? Oh, it's because you have this here. Okay. That should fix it. So here I just say comma underscore data, and the save file would be this one, like that. And crash, lovely, because there is no much HP. Yeah. Okay, so I need to like set a default over here. Let's set this to 12. That is the normal default. Like that, to avoid issues. But still showing 12 for the HP for some reason. Even though we are not on 12 HP. That's weird. Why are you not working? I'm extremely confused. Okay, one more try. Why is this so complex? Okay, we are right here. Right? So what's in here? We have item flags, an array, a position in Y, money, max HP. That is 12 for some reason. And the location, okay, that's fine. Why is my XP 12? That makes no sense. Huh? So I am like getting the information. The hell? But in here we have something else. Yeah, I have a certain amount of money already. So that information is wrong. What? I'm extremely confused. What the fuck did I do with the save system? What kind of nightmarish thing have I created? Okay, I'm extremely confused. Because the information is like being loaded normally into the game. What? And this is using low data. So that should be okay. Why? What the fuck did I do? The fuck did I do here? The hell is happening? What the actual fuck did I do? Now I'm confused in several degrees. I'm like, I'm actually extremely confused. How the fuck is this working? The hell? Loading data is working correctly, okay? Set and get data. Okay. So on the destroy. No, wait. On the menu of save, what am I doing? Save. Delete save. That's a different thing. Delete save. Save files. Save data. That's what I'm doing. Game save file, okay. From transition save. What is that, actually? Oh, I'm just setting all the information for no good reason. The fuck? I'm grabbing the information of the player and saving on the information there. Okay. Save game, I'm so confused. Save room to PNG, that's my screenshot feature. That's something else. Function save data from the treasure chest. Okay, so that's just saving the data. Okay. Take screenshot. Save room. Oh, that's the screenshot. Game manager. Save data. Here we go. We have the save menu right here. Okay, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. On UI, where are you? Animate UI, blah blah blah. I want the save menu. Menu, no, return to game. With object store. Data. Key data, string data. Save server manager with data. Okay. So I'm just shoving the information there. Save game. What is this? We grab the last room. We override it. Store player data. So we do save everything here. So I do save this. Okay, unload. What the fuck do I do? Wait. Are you telling me I'm saving the information for the player in two different locations? Is that what you're telling me? That somehow I'm saving all over the place? Is that what you're telling me? So basically, we have this information right here, right? And there is another set of data. That I can get if I say plot info and I ask for basically like this, plot info, like that. If I use this function right here, right, because the way the load info works, I just need to specify the save data. So I can grab this save data from here and just set it right there. Right? If I do it like that, I will have like two HPs, different HPs. So I can just say message P2 on the check for the menu right here. Is that what you're telling me? That this is going to work somehow? Is that what you're telling me? Yes, apparently there is two save datas for no good reason. Interesting. And both are on 12. And I don't know why. The fuck did I do with the save system? Ah! What have I done? What nonsensical stuff have I done? Oh my god. I need to redo the save system. I'm now extremely confused. Wait. Hold on. What if... Wait a second. What if the save system was doing something different? Wait. There it is. There is the HP that I was missing. Yeah. Oh. I see. Oh. I get it now. Interesting. Wow. Okay. I get it. I see. Oh. So, just to make things clear of what's happening here. File name, I add like to the index a 0, right? To like pad it. Then we go here, like it checks if the file name exists, right? But if you notice, I didn't add the extension, right? So the first time it checks for a file name without the extension, it finds it, right? So it goes doing this, then adds the extension. We grab the information from the file with the extension, not the file without the extension, the one with the extension, right? So we load that information, we go back again, right? We check if the file names, that is the one with the extension, right? It finds it because I have for some reason both the file 01 without the extension and the file 01.save. Both of those files exist, right? So we now load. We check for file 1 on the second run, right? So it changes the name again right here, right? We override it. So now we are looking for file 02.save, right? But this one doesn't exist, right? But we are already inside the while loop, right? Because we bypass this condition, because we check first for this, and then we override, right? So we check, we don't find a file 2, right? So this fails and then we go around, and then we fail. That's why we have two files. Yeah, so this file 1 is the one that has the information, the valid information for the game. This one, it doesn't have any information. It's basically a blank save file, right? File 2 doesn't exist, but because we are already inside the while loop, because we checked here for this instead of that, we run once more, we find no information, and that's why I have like constant crashes each time I try to select the second file. That's what's happening here. I see. So that's the issue. Oh. Oh. Lovely. Just lovely. So I can remove this and remove that. Now that I figured out that issue, right? Because I didn't overwrite the file name at the end. That's what is happening here. And I don't have a .save at the end. So this has to happen after we change the ++, right? So it will fail right there. Right, so we load the information, so we don't need this anymore. That's unnecessary. Right, so we grab the information from the file, right? We load the data, set the data, destroy the information because we don't need it anymore. Actually, I can even move this down here. Right? We set the data, we save it, and that should work. My save system is a goddamn nightmare, and it crashed. Because I forgot to change the name right here. And it crashed again because I forgot to change over here. This one doesn't exist, and we can remove this line also. There we go. File 24. And the one below, you can actually see the different HP now. That was painful. But I got it. I got it now. I got it. This was painful. Now what I want is show the hearts. So let me do something simple. First, I want to reduce this. I believe the margin is a little bit too big, so I will change that. And now I want to draw the hearts, right? So I need to check how to draw the hearts. Draw underscore heart. Right? And I believe this function actually has... Wait, that's not the one I want. draw underscore hearts. Eventually draw hearts. This one, I believe. And this one has a location. Height over 20. Steps. Hearts. A limit. Count vector 2. This is way too complex. How about if I do it like myself? It shouldn't be that complex. I say, well, I suffer a lot. Okay. So, I'm going to create a function. We will call this one a function draw hearts. Okay, and this will take a number as the input, and what I'm going to do is, given an x and y position, so x and y, actually let's just say a vector and a number. I will say draw underscore sprite. Right, the sprite is going to be the sprite underscore small heart drop. Right, and we will place it on a location that would be bar underscore x. And a y. Right, and that would be set by our little vector. So it will be vector.x and vector.y. And on that, we will add an offset. Right? So bar underscore offset equals new vector 2 of zeros. As simple as that. Right, and we will have the offset right here, x and y. Right, so we will place this on x and y. And I can set this to -1, since we don't care about the subimage. Okay, now what I need to do is do a little for bar underscore I equals to 0. I is under number, right? less or equal to number, and I will make it that I will increment on values of I plus 4, right? And we will do this. And this offset is going to be multiplied by I. I doubted myself already. Right? And that should give us like the hearts. So I can go over here and say draw hearts. Right? The number is going to be HP. And the vector, the position is going to be bar underscore position equals new vector. And that's going to be on this position right here on our X and Y. Right? But I will add a 16 to the Y. Right? Let's see how it looks. Not quite what I had in mind, but it's not so bad. Let's add 16 to this also, just to move it to the right, and maybe lower this a bit more. Also, it's like not moving right for some reason. It's because the offset is on 0. Okay, let's make the offset right here, make it, how about we make it 8 for the offset right here. There we go. That looks quite nice. Not the way I want it exactly, but it's better. Okay, now I will cut this offset to 4 and increase the distance a little bit on Y right here. Let's set it to 48. There we go. That looks quite nice, actually. What do you guys think? 3, 6, 7. You like it? It looks good, right? But now I need to do a little test. I'm going to change the HP right here manually to 25 hearts, right? Each card is 4 HP. That's why I multiply it through against 4 to see how that looks, because the more hearts we have, the more the issue will be. Yeah, that's an issue, right? So what I'm going to do over here is that I'm going to add another cycle right here for a bar underscore j equals to 0, j is going to be less than or equal to the number of hearts we are going to make under divided under 10. I'm trying to figure it out. J is going to be equal to j plus plus. Basically, what I want to do is make like a jump, basically. So basically, right now the movement on X is like perfect. The issue is the vertical, right? Oh, okay. I got it. So what I need to do is let's see. I know this has to be affected by the A. Actually, no. Hold on. The I is working correctly, right? So, and this is going to be the smaller cycle, right? So I can just copy this over here because I believe it's better, right? And we will set J to be the outside one. The only thing I need is like determine the moment we jump, right? So this needs to stop up 10, right? So if this is less or equal to number, actually this is going to be increasing by 4 also. Let's see. The issue here is going to be the condition, right? I want the I to stop at 10, right? So I need to calculate what is going to be the number here. So I will say bar horizontal is going to be equal to our number mod 40 right? That way we set it to horizontal and it should stop at 10, right? And then we increase J, which will give us like the jump of that angle. And down here, what I need to do is say number is going to be equal to number minus whatever we had here. Right? I think I'm doing this wrong, actually. If our number is greater than 40, we set our horizontal to 40, right? We start with the horizontal on 0, and we set our horizontal to 40. Else, we set horizontal to whatever the number is. Like that. And then we just remove the data from there and we skip a renglon. That should be correct, I believe. Let's see. Perfect. First try. Wow. I thought that was going to take me more. Yeah. Add more hearts. I can set it to what? 50 hearts? Make it overflow from the bottom. Ah, it almost overflowed. $100 hearts. There we go. That's an overflow. Okay, I can place this back to BHP. Like that. And now we have the correct number of hearts in the save files. Yeah. Is that correct? Let's see. Save file 3 has 4 hearts. Let's see. We have 4 hearts? I don't think that's correct. We have 3. Wait. That's wrong. Hold up. We start at 0, we jump equal to number, and we go plus plus. Maybe if I remove the equals, I will fix it. Let me see. Yeah, these ones have 3. This one has 4. Let me check just real quick. Yeah, we have 4 here. Yeah. Well, one we have 3-6 hearts. 3-6. Yeah, that's correct. We are good. Yeah. We're good. We're good. That was way more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. At least we figured it out. Yeah. I can delete this. I don't need this. We have the hearts. We have the rectangle. And we have the file menu. I think it looks pretty nice, in my opinion. Yeah. What do you guys think? Now the next issue will be like making animated. That would be a whole new problem. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Now I'm trying to figure out in my head how to make it work. Hmm. I suppose I would need like a frames kind of thingy. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so we have... Before I forget what I'm doing here, we need layer data, and then we add file to array. Then we load file data. Get layer data. Close file. Assign info. Assign info to array. Next file. That way at least I know what the hell is happening. Yeah. Hmm. I don't need this make menu right here. Okay, and now I need to fix this because now this is not going to like work correctly. Yeah. Hmm. I don't think it would be like that difficult. Hmm. Basically, this switch is basically useless, right? But this global CFA is pretty much the only thing we need like to fix here. So it would be over here on the file menu where we will need to say what the selected file is, right? Like this. And then I can just grab this and show it right here. Right? That way we have it selected for sure. And now over here, this is no longer necessary. These keys 4 are going to have to figure out because basically it's returning to the main screen, right? Maybe I could just simply say if you press this particular key, you can go back. So I could say click in the scroll backspace. If you press backspace, we go back to the other. Right? To the other one. If you press enter, then we go to the specified CFA, right? And here we don't really need this like selection here because it will be selected anyways. So if you set that, we show the dialog and then we show this for you to confirm. Okay, maybe that will set it correctly. Let me check. So now we have the files like this, right? I can go over here and hit backspace to go back. Nice. Right, backspace. Yeah, okay. If I hit delete on this one, I can select yes. There is still a file 4. Okay, it seems the delete file is not working correctly, which is lovely. I need to figure that out. Yeah. I can delete this one, right? Oh, it did delete the information. It just cleared the save data. It didn't delete the file from the system. I see. I need to make it so I can delete the files from the system, so it's not like stacking like this. Yeah. Okay, I believe that looks nice. Okay, this file system looks like way better than before. It shows more information. Now we need to decide what we want to show here. We have currently the hearts, which I believe is good, right? But maybe we should also like allow the player to name their save file? Map name? Ooh, that would be a good idea, actually. That's a really nice idea. But that would mean I would need to like give a name to each map, which I don't know if I can actually do that. Huh. Would you like if I make it like democratic and I post a screenshot of a map in the Discord server and you guys propose names for the map? What do you guys think about that? Huh? Yeah? It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. If there is a tie, we will break it with a coin toss. Yes. Yeah. That would be actually really fun. Now I'm thinking what kind of like name we can give each like map. Yeah, each room in the game will have a name, basically. I wanna see what you guys can come out with. Yeah. Yeah, you can call it Greg. I will give whatever name you want to the rooms. There is no restrictions, even if it goes against the lore. Yeah. The Palace of the Arias? Wow. Let's cut the first letter of several rooms from the link to a rickroll. You can do that. Yeah. Also. Yes. That's another way to hide secrets, I suppose. Yeah. You just gave me another idea. Ah. Well, that's working. Just fine. Just the delete save is not like working perfectly. It's just like clearing the save file. It's not deleting the file. Yeah.
Hola.
Hola, Spy. Bienvenido, bienvenido. Okay. This was more difficult than I expected, but we managed to pull through. And I believe that's good. Yes. Okay. So let's stop here for today. And we will continue on Sunday.
Length, so you're making a game? Also hi, new sub. Welcome, call me
Yo,
Angel,
what?
please enjoy the stream. Back, yo.
Por un momento pensé que era el comando, pero solo era el comentario en chat. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Hola.
Okay. Let us rest today. Yeah. Creo que voy a terminar el directo aquí. Muchas gracias por venir al directo y los veré el jueves. I will stop here for today. Thank you so much for watching the stream, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
Nice.
Okay, I will see you guys next time. Good night. Adios. I need to go grab some dinner. Good night. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Good night. Bye bye. Adios. Buenas noches. Que descansen. Bye. Ouch.
Lemao, lovely. Oh, I just saw the thing Historia showed about law. Not this one, the last. I think I'm getting a vague grasp of what may be going on. Oh damn, dots are connecting. Yeah, I connected the dots too. Radagon is Marika. I think the prison referred on the first law message has a good chance of being the relic the demon was sealed inside. Nice. And I just saw the grave still grins phrase in a whole new manner.
The grave still grins, but it probably still throw hands. I'd just remake the whole thing at this point, tbh, Lemao. Ladies and gentlemen, programming in a nutshell. The good old WTF was I smoking when I made this. Even better is how TF was I smart enough to make this work. Those two phrases are not mutually exclusive. Programming really gives you imposter syndrome when you look back at your code. You don't know how it works, why it works, but it does, and you were smart enough to make it work. Watching you make this game makes me understand why Silk Song is taking so long. I get now, bruh, Lemao. It's always the most stupid thing. Noise. I like it. Looks good, Lemao. I hate dealing with resolutions and screen size, noise. Add more hearts. Make it overflow from the bottom, noise. Map name, I guess? That would be cool. Sure, but it's going to be a tie again, Lemao. In case of ties, leave it to Uncle RNG. So each room of the game will have a name? Can we call a room Greg? Room 123412. Ooh wait, I have an idea. The Palace of Diarrheas. Let's have the first letter of several rooms form the link of a rickroll. Oh no, oh it's time. Metal pipe beach, ola, ola, ola. No one wanted Ricardo lolly wimey tiena traumado con el metal pipe, skull emoji. Por un momento bonce quemando commando pero solo era comentario en el chat, lemao. Pro. XDDDDDDDDDD. Tremendo timing. Okay, good night everyone. Psych, you got jebaited. Alright, good night people, nice. Mua ha 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 ha. Esta besh beige volumen, moa emoji. RCY por cierto sorry por mondolink en la sección de programación hace rato, D, Ecrio, TTS. Frowning face emoji. Is it on purpose this time, TTS? Lol. Croissant emoji. Rice cracker emoji. Colon oops. Banana emoji. Bread emoji. Sun emoji. Black star emoji. Crescent moon emoji. Buenas noches, que descansen.
It, underline 2 it, underline ponto e vírgula 2 it, underline 2 it, underline 2 it, underline 2 it.
Bye bye.